From the Center for Law and Business, we turn our attention to yet another educational institution, the University of Lagos. The Faculty of Law of the university has collaborated with the University of Oxford, UK, to hold the first West Africa regional round of the Prize Media Law Moot Court competition. Here's the report.
Students and teachers of the Faculty of Law of the University of Lagos hosted their colleagues from other departments, other schools, members of the academia, members of the school's senate, the representative of the National Broadcasting Commission, the representative of the Nigerian Bar Association, and other members of the bar and the bench. The event for which they are gathered is the first West African regional round, the Prize Media Law Moot Court competition of 2016-2017. The regional moot court competition is born out of a collaboration between the Law Faculty of the University of Lagos and the University of Oxford, UK.
A moot court competition is an opportunity for law students to practically simulate the court experience by debating and arguing and advocating before a panel of judges around a moot issue in law. How did we get to where we are today? Our students were poised to participate as a team representing the university last year. They had all their memorials in and they were good to go. But unfortunately, their visa did not get issued in good time. However, our faculty representative, the staff advisor to the team, Mrs. Andrea Ajibade, was able to make it. And I want to believe that the quality of the memorials submitted by our students indicated that truly we were and we are a force that cannot be ignored. And so even though our students were not there to give a good showing, we were approached by the University of Oxford to ask if we could host a West Africa regional round that will give opportunities to our students within the West Africa region to participate in what is a global event, to participate in what is timeless, and also position the West Africa subcontinent as comparable when it comes to global terms.
The Prize Moot Court competition celebrates its 10th year this year, and it's a relatively new competition in comparison to many others that exist across the globe. But one of the things we have tried to achieve in our 10 years operating as a moot court competition is to reach every corner of the globe. And for the past 10 years, we've had regional rounds operating in the Americas, in South Asia, in Asia Pacific, in Southeast Europe. And this year, we are very happy to say that we have a regional round here in West Africa and also one that started this year in Northeast Europe. So in our 10 years, we've been able to forge partnerships with different universities to allow for this global reach.
The participating teams are from the National Open University of Nigeria, the Obafemi Awolowo University, the University of Ibadan, the University of Benin, the Lagos State University, the Benue State University, Empire African Institute, all the way from neighboring Ghana, and of course the host university, the University of Lagos. The event is chaired by a director in the Office of the Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission, and rightly so, because the competition centers on media law.
Some of the most interesting channels that people watch on television today are actually recordings of court sessions. And they are high-paying media channels, even on international satellite channels. I remember Justice Judy. There are so many of them, community law sessions where they come and they sit down, and you think it's normal judicial process. But there's a lot of creative imbuement, and there's also entertainment value. So I am glad that Professor Akinfele is here, and he has told me that this session is being recorded. It is being transmitted. I hope it will be stored and recorded for history. It will be further developed and rebranded, and before you know, you have a vibrant law channel that's emanating even from the faculty of the University of Lagos. Another thing that strikes our mind as regulators is the whole idea of looking at the implication of regulating some of the issues that are happening now within the judicial space. Things that have become a major challenge to judicial practice. To what extent does a citizen exhibit his freedom of speech? Because at the core of freedom of expression is the guarantee for you to disseminate information and your right also to receive information. But at what point does it become extrajudicial? At what point is it an abuse of the law? At what point is it an extension of your fundamental human rights? And these are worrying for the media, more so that we have said, the media is increasingly becoming globalized. What you think is related to you alone has the potential and capacity to affect a vast majority of people within seconds.
The keynote speech with the theme, Hate Speech, Balancing the Right to Freedom of Expression and the Right of Others to Self-Dignity and Safety, was delivered by a representative of the Attorney General of Lagos.
Your right to express yourself, your right to say whatever you like to say, stops at the four corners of my nose because I have the right to self-dignity. Inasmuch as you are entitled to say whatever you like to say as a right to freedom, the law is there to ensure that there is check and balance as to what you say, particularly in these days of religious incitement through hate speech.
Another speaker, the UN Youth Ambassador for Peace, ADEOLA OYINLADE, dwelled on the freedom of information, the FOI in Nigeria, and some of the challenges to its effectiveness.
It is only when the law is being used that it can get people informed, reduce corruption, ensure transparency, and improve the country. Success of the FOI Act can be achieved only when citizens reorientate themselves by going through the document in order to be better informed and their attitude transformed by the utilization of contained information. There is therefore the need to initiate the process of reorientating the attitude of Nigerians to shed off their gap of complacency and wear the apparel of agitation to know how they are being governed. The success of implementation of the Act is the core responsibility of both the government and the governed. It is the duty of citizens to see to it that the Act is implemented by the government. Without that, if the consistency at which human rights advocacy are using the Act to demand for government information continues, and the sensitization of the grassroots increases, the law will before long be able to achieve its aim to promote public transparency and accountability and deepen democracy in the country.
The Price Media Law Moot Court is an initiative of Professor Monroe Price, who chairs the Center for Media and Communication Studies at the Central European University. He founded the program in Comparative Media Law and Policy at the University of Oxford in 2008 to foster and cultivate interest in freedom of expression issues and the role of the media and information technologies in societies around the world. Through the Moot Court competition such as this one hosted by the Law Faculty of Unilag and such other initiatives, the program builds a global network of students, lawyers, industry experts and scholars focused on media law, engaging the next generation of media defenders and raising the profile of freedom of expression in law and policy.